It's time to make it, just give it a try. 'Cause you can make it like the old fat guy.
Welcome to this episode of You Can Make It with David Farrell, the old fat guy. Today I'm going to show you how to turn a full rack of ribs into a St. Louis cut ribs. You do this to save a bit of money because St. Louis cut are expensive in the store. Now, what St. Louis ribs are is a whole rack of ribs that has the rib bone taken out and the little flap of meat off the end and this skirt taken off. That leaves a nice square, easy to eat rack of ribs. Now, I'm going to save the other parts for rib tips, but that's a whole nother show. I'll do that sometime. I'm going to start off by my usual first step, which is copious quantities of wine taken internally. Best stuff. And then we start with the first thing we do is this skirt of meat that sort of sticks up on the back. You just want to cut it and any excess fat off. You want to just have it look neat is the idea. So we'll just cut along. Now you'll notice all this grungy old fat here. You want to take it off too and just make it look pretty. Try and get all of that skirt off. There we go. And there we are. So we've got a nice flat looking piece of meat. Now, you'll notice the ribs are here, and they sort of go in a curve. Now, there's cartilage up here, and there's bone from a notch down. You want to find the longest rib that sticks out the most this way, and in this case, it's that rib right there. And you can feel where the bone changes to cartilage right there. Now, what you want to do is, you notice this straight edge? You want to try and sort of go parallel to it to make a nice, even rack. So what we'll do is we'll just find that rib, and we'll sort of make a measure like that. And we'll cut in. Now I'm using a heavy knife so I can cut through the cartilage, but you can see it cuts through quite easily. Just rock it back and forward and slice through. And keep going in a straight line. Just cut through. And there's my piece for my rib tips. I'll just set it aside. This fatty piece is not so much. You got a bit of meat there you can peel off and we'll put in for the rib tips, but don't want all that fat. Now, you've got a nice even rack of ribs, but you have this flappy piece of fat and meat here, and that doesn't look so good. So we're just going to cut it off square. And there you have a perfect St. Louis cut rib. It'll be nice and easy to eat with individual bones. And it'll look pretty, and it's good enough for any barbecue competition. So, the next time you want to make St. Louis cut ribs, do not go and pay the extra money to your butcher. He'll charge you about the same amount for that whole rack for this, and with this you'll get the leftovers for rib tips. This is a easy to do project, and it makes a really showy result, and the best part is you can make it.
I have a good woman, I ain't good looking, but I do some cooking, I'm the old fat guy. So use that oven if you want some lovin', be like the old fat guy. Be like the old fat guy.